Hey everyone, this is Everardo with Stray Cuts Landscaping. Hope everyone's doing great today. Today's video is kind of like my story and how it was, the very first day. And hopefully it's inspiring to some of you thinking about, going into lawn care. And I'm going to call my first day a success, and the only reason I'm going to call it a success is because, I probably made as much money as I would make in a week, just in, I think it was a 10-hour span. And this was money that I put in my pocket, by the way, after I paid my employee, or not my employee, but my helper at the time. And what was it? Some like waste removal fees, dumping fees, or whatever. So my very first year, 2017, it was April. I just had an idea, I was looking on YouTube and, I was just looking online how to make money. I tried everything. I mean, drop shipping on Amazon. I tried, what was it? Buying and reselling. I tried just, I don't know, these like, quick, easy things that you can do online to make money. All of it, failed. I probably didn't put enough attention, or I was probably just not even interested in doing any of that. So it was April, and I think it was starting to get warm. It might have been warm already, and I just said, hey, what if I started doing some cleanups, or cleaning yards or mowing them. So from that idea, I think it might have been like a Monday or a Tuesday, I acted on it right away. The very first thing I did is I went to Craigslist to see, how big is this lawn care thing? Like, how many people are on there posting, how many people are servicing this area? Well, there was a ton of them. There was a ton of people on Craigslist advertising their services. So, I went through everyone. Like there was like a couple of like main guys that were, posting every single day. So those guys stood out to me. So I went, in there and I read all their copy to see, like what was going on. And right off the back, I looked at everything. I kind of saw what everyone was writing as far as, their ad, and I think I jumped on a Photoshop app. I don't know what it was called. I came up with a name. I think it was Straight Cuts from the beginning, and then I just added landscaping and lawn care services, which I think my whole idea with that was to help it rank for the website. But then again, I heard that it might have been too long. My name might be too long for like a website or whatever that thing is. I'm not even sure, so don't even quote me on that. I have no experience in that, field. So enough of that. So, I went on Craigslist. I kind of studied what everybody was posting, and then I came up with my own post. And I think I posted it that night. It was like at nighttime. I spent a lot of time, going through everything just to see, what my piece was going to consist of, and what kind of services I could offer. I just wanted to see what did everyone offer and what could I do. I've worked for landscaping guys in the past, and my parents always had a pretty big property, and they always did all the landscaping in their house. So we were always out there, helping them out, making the house look nice. And sure enough, I may have like waited 30 minutes. I swear, you guys, I may have waited like 30 minutes, and I got my very first phone call. My very first phone call. I in the midst of searching up what to put on, I did go on YouTube to see if anybody was talking about this. And of course, I ran into this awesome community, which I'm very grateful for because I've learned a lot from them, and I've applied a lot to what I do now, and it's been really helpful, just to know what's going on. So I go online and, well, I get my first phone call. I go online and measure out the property. So I see, like, how big it is. I have no clue what to charge her. I said, most houses start at $20 and, $20. And if it's bigger or smaller, I would have to, adjust the price. So, she locked me into $20, and I was like, oh crap, what if, the house is bigger and I can't get in there, or I get in there and I take way too long. So I get to the house. It's a small house, so thankfully, like, $20 was okay. I could bust the house out in like 15, 16 minutes, and that's with, like, residential equipment. And as soon as I finished up the work that day, she phoned her neighbor, and I picked her up right away. I cut her lawn, and I cut their lawns for the entire year. But that's not the exciting part. The exciting part was that very first week before I went out to actually do the work. So I posted my ad on Craigslist, and I continued to post them for the whole week. So within 30 minutes, I got my very first phone call, you guys. This was April, so I think this has a lot to do with why I had so many phone calls coming in right off the back. And I live in a very city area, so there's a lot of, it's really highly populated with the city I live in and all the cities around it. So I think those two factors had a lot to do with the amount of phone calls I received. But anyways, long story short, the whole week goes by. I keep posting, I keep getting phone calls. I keep going out to meet with people, right? So by the end of the week, I had like 10 guys or 10 different houses I had to go cut. There was like 3 cleanups. There was one like complete tear out of a landscape and reinstallation of like what was it? Weed barrier. We did mulch and diamond edging all the way around. And I think we separated some hostas and just kind of like aligned them really nice and sharp in their flower beds. And between all that work together, it was a total of like maybe $1,200, $1,300. And after I paid my help and the dumping fees for all the trash we picked up that day, man, I came home with $1,000, $1,000, my very, very first day out actually performing the work, you guys. And from that day on, I was hooked. I was hooked so hard, you guys. So hard. Well, the job I'm working at right now, I make $45,000 a year. Well, this $1,000 a day, happened one time, and I just thought to myself, hey, this is luck, this is luck. Well, it happened again. Not right away, but it happened 3 different times. And throughout my entire summer weekends, I was only working on the weekends, you guys. Throughout my entire summer weekend in 2017 in Michigan, Detroit area. Well, it's kind of like maybe 10 miles away from Detroit. I'm in a like suburban area or whatever you want to call it. And yeah, I was hooked, you guys. I knew that if I could average one $1,000 job plus all my lawn mowing accounts for the week, I could make way over $45,000 a year. Way over $45,000 a year. And mind you guys, I was green in the business. I was green, like I had no experience. For the past 7 years, I've been printing labels like these kind of things, at my job. So I haven't been outside. I'm like 240 pounds. The first like month of going out there every weekend and working, I drop 25 pounds right off the back, and I'm like, oh my god, I feel like a man. I feel, energized. I'm moving. I'm making money. I'm making so much money. Um, Paying the bills is really easy. Taking my fiance out every single week. That was so much fun. We did so many things. So then the end of the year came, September, started slowing down. And by this time, I wasn't even doing any more marketing or anything. And I just said to myself, I had such a great year that I have to drop my job completely, full benefits, retirement plan, um, vacation days, holiday days. I have like a whole month and a half of vacation pay and just time off that I can take paid. So my whole plan is to take 2 weeks in March, and as soon as I come back from my vacation, I'm gonna use that month of March to market, go door to door, pass out my flyers, put out my yard signs, talk to all my previous customers, walk their neighborhoods so I can hopefully try to land more customers there, because that's where the money's at, is the neighbors, getting like 3-4 houses in one spot. That's where the money's at. So you guys, very first day in business, I bring home $1,000. What do you guys think? What was your experience this year? Focusing on so out of the 7 days of the week, the first couple of months, it's going to be very busy. Spring was very busy for me last year. Every day after work, I had to go and meet with people and do estimates. I had a lot of missed opportunities because I was at work full time, and my machine is loud, so I couldn't really hear the phone. I had to go buy these things just so I could hear and feel the vibration when I was mowing lawns and when I was at work and I couldn't hear my phone. Just so these things really do help. And yeah, you guys, so after that, I just said, I have to leave my job and I have to go do this full time. I'm missing out on phone calls. I can get the job. The customers really loved me. I did phenomenal work. And I don't know, I feel like I just have this gift of, I wouldn't say talking to the customer, but making them feel like I'm going to do everything possible to take care of them. And I'm new in business, so of course I was riding around in my Jeep. Well, what is it? A Jeep Laredo. It's like a 2005. I had a trailer hooked up to the back of it, and I got this pretty affluent guy. He wanted a quote on, a job. What was it? He wanted to redo his flower beds with lava rock and diamond edging and some fabric barrier, and he said, I gave him a really good price. That was another one of my, probably over $1,000 in just one day. And the only reason I was able to sell him for the price I wanted is because right off the back, I was on YouTube figuring stuff out, like what are people doing, what's going on, how does this work, So I had all my customers, prior to meeting this guy, giving me reviews on Google and Facebook. So right now I'm actually just on Google and Facebook. I have Yellow Pages, Yelp. I haven't played on there. I haven't really put my information in there like I should, like I have with Facebook and Google. But just from having that social proof of like quality, this guy was like, absolutely, that you got the job, because I was able to show him multiple people. It was, and one of the guys was actually on his street. So I told him, like, this house right here, these are all the pictures from his job. He actually lives over there, and this is his review he left me. So that right off the back, he was like, I'm sold. I seen that job. I actually saw you guys working over there, and we want it done. When are we gonna start? So really important. Right off the back, just start doing everything, like that you hear these guys do, because, man, they're not lying. They have figured it out. And ever since I started doing this, I don't know why, I've been like trying to get everyone to become a business owner, just because, it's hard work. It's really hard work. You have to put in so many hours. But, like, for the longest time, I thought I would not. I was not worth more than $20 an hour, and I felt, I'm still right now. I feel like I'm worth way more than my coworkers, the other 3 operators that work with me. But I'm not, getting that recognition. I'm not getting, no one's valuing, like, and seeing, like, my accomplishments. So, man, when I found out that I could do 40, 50, 60, $100 an hour, $250 an hour, I was sold. Sold. And that was just with, all of this happened last year with 2 marketing things: Google, local Google listings, and Craigslist. That was it. And I ended the year with 16 weekly accounts, like 4 or 5 bi-weeklies. And I did all of this on the weekends, you guys. I Friday or Saturday and Sunday. So whenever, I was booking other little landscape jobs, I would start them on Friday, push all my long cuts to Sunday or Monday. No, just Sundays. I would push all my long cuts to Sunday and work Fridays and Saturdays on, small little landscape projects. I always tried sticking with things that I could do quickly, 1 to 2 days max. I don't have the time, really, with my job and child. I got 3 kids, so I just didn't have the time to work as, like, more time than I was already doing. So, saying that, quitting this job, I'm opening up 40 more hours of my day to dedicate strictly to growing a lawn care and landscaping business. Hopefully by the end of the year, I can get my F-250 or 2500 Chevy or, Dodge. I really don't care what it is. Just want a truck that will be able to plow snow and be reliable, so that way I can make income throughout the entire year. Real quick, very first thing I would do, get on Google my listings. Google my listings. That's where that thing right there gives you the, like, higher end customers, like the guys that are going to spend more money with you. They come from Google. So, saying that, what do you guys think? Hopefully this video was, interesting. But this is kind of my story, my very first day out there on the job. Let me know what you guys think. And again, thank you for subscribing. Thank you for the likes. Thank you for the comments. All of you guys that, have actually clicked on my video and seen it all the way through. I really appreciate you guys. That is unbelievably awesome, and I appreciate every single one of you. And again, thank you again. I will see you on the next one.